Welcome to this webinar for CIPD Centre staff. This presentation is aimed at new CIPD centres or staff who are new to coordinating CIPD programmes. I'll be taking you through the resources we have to support CIPD qualification registration, delivery and assessment. In today's session, we'll start with an overview of CIPD centres and the way that we work in partnership with you. We'll then move on to look at the CIPD Centres Hub, the process for registering candidates onto a CIPD qualification, and finally the resources available to support both you and your students. CIPD currently has over 270 accredited study centres both in the UK and internationally. Our study centres are a mix of colleges, universities and private training providers, all of whom have been through a rigorous quality assurance process to ensure that they meet CIPD standards for qualification delivery. Each year, over 20,000 candidates are enrolled onto a CIPD qualification. Our centres are critical in translating the CIPD mission to champion better work and working lives. By delivering internationally recognised HR and L&D qualifications, they facilitate CIPD student membership and provide a pathway to professional membership of the CIPD. We're committed to working in partnership with all of our study centres and have developed 4 collaborative principles to ensure successful working relationships. Firstly, we will work together in partnership, striving for mutual success. We will work positively with our centres to improve, grow, celebrate our achievements. We're committed to working transparently, with clarity, openness, inclusivity and honesty. Finally, we will have a relationship which is built on trust, maintaining a mature relationship that recognises we all have a common goal. Our accredited study centres are also committed to aligning themselves to these collaborative principles. As a CIPD centre, the first thing you'll need to access is the CIPD Centres Hub. This is a dedicated gated area of the CIPD online community, which contains all of the documents you'll need for planning and assessment of qualifications, as well as information on registering candidates and submitting candidate results to CIPD, plus a range of marketing materials. The CIPD Centres Hub also provides a place for you to network with other CIPD centre staff through the discussion forum. To access the Centres Hub, you'll need to make sure that you have a web account set up which is part of the Centres Hub user group. If you're not sure whether you've got this, contact our Centre Development team at centredevelopment@cipd.co.uk and they can provide some guidance. Each centre has a Centres Hub account which you'll need to access the qualification registration platform. This same account will give you access to the Centres Hub, or you can use your own CIPD membership account to log into the Centres Hub if you prefer. Simply let us know so that we can add the correct permissions to your account. To access the Centres Hub, simply type centreshub.cipd.co.uk into your browser and enter your login details when prompted. Once logged into the Centres Hub, you'll see the home page shown here. There are several things you can do on this page. Search the Centres Hub by keyword using the search tool. This is particularly useful when searching for resources on a particular unit. For example, if you type a unit code here, the results will show you all assessment briefs linked to that unit. Access subfolders and documents relating to specific areas such as qualification registration, CIPD policies, exams and assessments, and results submission. Important downloads for all centres are stored on the right-hand side of the home page. You'll find things here like the Centre Handbook and Centre Fees. Click the teal button under the search bar to start a new post in the discussion forum area. Scroll further down this page and you'll see all of the latest discussion topics. You can click into each heading to see the discussion and reply to comments. When you click into one of the folders on the home page, you'll see a new screen where you can download various documents. Some folders have further subfolders, for example to split the information by qualification level. Scroll down the page to see the full document list, and click on a document title to see more information and to download this item. To make it easier to find what you're looking for, you can sort the documents by title or by the date they were uploaded. You can also use the hyperlinks at the top of the screen to navigate back to the Centres Hub homepage. When you click on one of the document titles, you'll be taken to a screen which looks like this. Here you can download the document by clicking on the document name or clicking on the download button in the top right-hand corner. You can also see here who uploaded the document, when it was uploaded, and how many downloads it has so far. Finally, you can provide CIPD with feedback on a particular document by either liking it, rating it out of 5 stars, or leaving a comment underneath. On the Centres Hub homepage, there is a link to a folder called Marketing Materials and Brand Guidelines. From this page, you can download the CIPD approved centre logo as well as our branding guidelines to show you how you can use this logo in your print and online materials. There are also various materials that you can download from this area to support your student recruitment and induction, such as brochures, posters, web banners, a recorded student induction webinar, and our student recruitment toolkit for centres. One of the really important things which you'll need to do as a centre is register your candidates with CIPD using our online system so that we know who is studying on a CIPD qualification at your centre. You'll need to register all of your candidates studying towards either a certificate or a diploma, even if they're progressing from a different CIPD qualification or are already in CIPD membership. If this is the case, students will simply need to log into their CIPD account to confirm their new course details, but they won't need to pay a second membership fee. Once they've logged in and updated their details, our system will be able to link the new qualification to their existing membership record. For any candidates studying towards an award qualification, please download the award registration form from the qualification registration area of the Centres Hub. You can also use the qualification registration online tool to download a student tracking report, allowing you to see which candidates have completed their CIPD membership registration. When your candidates reach the end of their qualification, you'll need to look up their CIPD membership numbers here and include them on a candidate achievement record. You can download a recorded webinar from the Centres Hub on how to submit your candidate results to CIPD. To access qualification registration online, log into the Centres Hub and go to the Qualification Registrations folder. When you log on to the registration platform, you'll see that there are two options for creating registrations: either manual registrations, which is an on-screen form for registering small groups of candidates individually, or upload registrations, which allows you to upload larger amounts of candidate data using an Excel spreadsheet. There is also a link to the student tracking report from this page. First, we'll look at creating registrations for up to 10 candidates. When you click the manual registration option, you'll be taken to this screen. You'll need to complete a separate form for each qualification that you're registering candidates against. As you can see, the drop-down menu at the top asks you to select the qualification title along with study mode and start date for the programme. Next, you'll need to enter the name, email address, telephone number and date of birth for each candidate. Please select the first letter of the first name and last name in capitals and the remainder in lowercase. The date of birth needs to be entered in day, month, year format, as the screenshot shows above. The unique learner number should be entered if your students have one, but this isn't a mandatory field and isn't applicable for international candidates. You can also use the drop-down menu in the final column to let us know if English is a second language for your candidates. Lastly, click the Register Students button at the bottom of the screen to submit the form. Creating registrations for over 10 students is a similar process, but the data is uploaded on an Excel spreadsheet rather than being inputted online. This is the screen you'll see on the portal if you click Upload Registrations. You'll see that there is a link to download the qualification registration template at the top of the page, and then as before, you're asked to select the relevant qualification and start date for the programme. You'll then need to upload the completed spreadsheet by clicking the Browse button and finding the file in your documents, and lastly clicking the Register Students button at the bottom of the page. When you download the spreadsheet template, it opens in Excel and looks like this, with the same fields as the on-screen template I showed you a few moments ago. You'll need to complete one row for each candidate, and the highlighted cells show the columns which are compulsory. It's really important not to amend the column headings or to change the order of the columns. When the document is completed, save it on your computer and make sure you've noted the file location so that you can upload it on screen. As with the on-screen registration process, a separate upload will need to be completed for each different programme. For example, one for students on Foundation Certificate and a separate for any students studying a Foundation Diploma. This ensures that students are registered against the correct qualification. In either process, once you've clicked Register Students, you'll see this screen as confirmation that your upload has been successful. All of the candidates you've registered will automatically receive a welcome email from CIPD with details of how to sign up for CIPD membership. When a student clicks on the link in the email to join as a CIPD member, they'll be taken through a straightforward online process in which they'll need to create a user account for the CIPD website, enter their personal details, pay a membership fee, and finally confirm their qualification details. If your centre pays membership fees on behalf of your students, this payment screen won't appear when the candidate completes their membership registration. There's also the option to download a student tracking report from the qualification registration system. This is a useful way to check which students have been registered onto a CIPD programme and how many have confirmed their student membership with CIPD. On the home page for qualification registration, click Student Tracking Report and you'll see this page. You can use this screen like a search engine. Either search for an individual student by entering their name in the search bar, or look up the group of students by filling in some of the fields in the registration details area, such as qualification level and study mode. You can also search for a full cohort of students by selecting just the qualification and registration date. Click Show Results to see a list of students on screen. You'll also have the option to download this as an Excel spreadsheet. This slide highlights some of the resources which are available to students as CIPD members. We have a vast amount of information available on our website, a lot of which is gated member-only content. Joining as a CIPD member means that your students will have access to our fact sheets, research reports and practical tools, which are surveys and checklists that can be used to tackle projects in the workplace. There are also a variety of news updates which members can subscribe to, including weekly and monthly bulletins and a range of podcasts. Student members are entitled to a 20% discount on all CIPD textbooks, so it's a great idea to get your students to sign up at the beginning of their qualification to ensure that they make the most of all the member benefits and discounts throughout the year. CIPD student members also have access to the CIPD Profession Map and My CPD Map, which is an online self-assessment tool allowing them to track their knowledge, skills and areas for development against the standards and framework set out in the Profession Map. On the home page of the CIPD website, you'll see a menu option titled Knowledge Hub on the top toolbar. The Knowledge Hub contains all of our downloadable resources, from fact sheets to research reports, so it's the first place to look for any of this kind of information. The Knowledge Hub is divided into different content areas, which makes it really easy for you and your students to navigate to a particular subject and see what kind of information CIPD has available. Within the Knowledge Hub, there is also a Student Resources Hub, which has practical information to help your students, such as study guides, links to online journals and CIPD exams information. As well as the Centres Hub, there are several other resources available to CIPD centres. CIPD publish a number of textbooks which link directly to the qualifications, and there are tutor support materials available online to support each of these through CIPD's VLE. You can find out more about this on the CIPD bookstore area of the website. We circulate a monthly Centres Update newsletter to all programme leaders and also run regular events to provide qualification updates and an opportunity for centre networking. As a CIPD centre, your details will be listed on our qualification finder on the CIPD website. This tool allows students to search for a study centre by location, as well as by programme level and study mode. There is a Contact Us button on each centre's listing, so prospective students can get in touch with you directly to ask more about the specific programmes you're delivering. Lastly, don't forget to connect with CIPD in your local area to see what opportunities there are for you and your students to engage with CIPD. In the UK, there are over 50 local branches run by CIPD volunteers who organise various events throughout the year. In our other hubs of Ireland, Middle East and Asia, get in touch with your local CIPD office to find out more about the networking opportunities that they are organising in region. To raise your centre's profile further, you could even look at the possibility of hosting an event. Finally, this screen shows the useful contacts that you may need. Each centre has a dedicated centre quality officer who's your main point of contact for any queries relating to qualification delivery and approvals. We also have a small centre development team who are available to support your marketing, student recruitment, induction and access to resources. Our student administration team process all candidate certifications, and our web support team can help you if you have any technical issues with the website or the student registration system. I hope that you found this webinar useful. If you do have any questions, please get in touch. Thank you.